Yo,
What up,
up,
homie?
man? How are you, man? How's
I'm
how's
good.
things?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
Good, 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 good. Thanks for checking in, man.
Hell yeah.
I was saying before you got on, there's plenty of stuff to talk about with you, man. You are a busy guy. You are always a busy guy, and there's a lot going on. So thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Thanks for playing the record. For
Yeah,
real.
man,
That's
absolutely.
crazy.
Well,
Thank you.
I was gonna say, man. Speaking of the record, we're a month out. 1 week from today, or not 1 week, 1 month from today. Tickets for my downfall. It's my downfall going to be out.
Well, you know what? I think so. I mean, you're right. I'm looking at my phone, June 17th. So I think I think because of people like you stepping in to support the record and stuff like that, I think, we want to let we want to let these records get the shine they deserve before the entire catalog comes out. So I mean, Bloody Valentine, even though I mean it came out really strong, I mean it's seeming like that it's getting picked up more and more by the people, everyone that we wanted this to be a wave, like this whole pop punk resurgence, like we want it to be a full wave. So if we can have like a really strong first wave to hit, which is Bloody Valentine, then I want to build it up as big as we possibly can first. So I maybe it's an August thing now. So I mean,
okay,
yeah.
cool, man. No, that's good. That's good to know. This project is so exciting on so many different levels. For people who don't know, man, can you talk about your relationship with Travis and his kind of impact, kind of on this music and on this record?
Yeah, I was with Travis last night. This was right before quarantine. Me and Travis were quarantined in a studio for a month or 2 months straight doing the songs for what became this album. I went out every night and would live a crazy night, and unintentionally it just seemed like the stars kept aligning. Like I would wake up and have all these stories, and I was like, dude, I gotta write about this. And Travis just would provide the music, or I'd pick up the guitar and figure out a riff, or some of my friends. Yeah, I mean, Bloody Valentine, though it sounds like a love song, it's really a love letter to the Sunset Strip. Like,
Yeah.
It's a letter to kind of finding yourself and falling from yourself and falling in love and all these things, like just like on this street that's so legendary, has all these iconic moments, and then you kind of look back and realize like, oh snap, we had our own iconic moments on that strip, and it was kind of like, this bittersweet, it's like a bittersweet street.
Yeah, man, it absolutely is. When you look at again, there are a number of iconic streets in music lore and music land, and anyone who you have to include the Sunset Strip in there.
Got to.
There's no doubt about it, and that's not just an LA thing. That is a worldwide thing, and that is an all-time thing. No doubt about it. When you think about this group of songs, and as you're preparing for them to come out, what are you most proud of, man? This is obviously a different thing for you and your fans, but it's something that fits. It's something that works. What are you most proud of?
My biggest thing was I was never like the guitar player who was I was never like Zach Wilde, I was never just like gifted with like the master shredder fingers, and like that was, so like I automatically was gravitating towards Nirvana or towards Blink or towards Green Day or towards bands that used, power chords, and it was, 3 to 4 to 5 chords for the whole entire song. And the solos were almost like, attainable solos for a 12-year-old picking up the guitar and, having some months of practice under their belt, and like being, so that was what gravitated me towards that music in the first place. So I was just kind of paying back the favor, because I realized, like, dude, like when 15-year-olds or 13-year-olds come up to me after a show and they're like, man, you're the first person I ever see play guitar. That's weird to me, so like so I kind of wanted to be like, okay, well, I owe that generation of kids who maybe, isn't going to grow up on Nirvana or on Blink, and they're going to grow up on something like a Machine Gun Kelly. Like, I owe them those moments of being like, dude, I can play this. Like the Bloody Valentine solo, it's 4 notes, you know what I mean? Like everyone can play it. And so like that to me is like a give back to a community that gave so much to me. So that's why I'm most proud of, is like finding a formula that is deep and can hold itself with all the greats and the great songs and albums, but is also tangible for someone young and wanting to play music or looking for an album to play music.
Well, that's very cool, man, because you're right. The guitar is an endangered species, somewhat in 2020, at least more so than it was in 2010 or 2000 or certainly 1990.
Yes,
you know, and for someone to pick that up and carry that torch, it's cool, man. It's a cool thing.
Yep.
No doubt about it. We mentioned Travis. There's a bunch of other people, some of your buddies on here. I know Youngblood helps out with the song.
Yeah, but I don't want to claim too many features right now because a lot of stuff's been up in the air the past 2 weeks, just with because my stuff got pushed and other people still had their sketch. So it's kind of up in the air right now. This is kind of like crunch time for me to figure it out.
That's interesting, man, because I would have thought that this at this point was a done deal, but it sounds like still a very fluid project that's still very much in the works right now.
It's hard not to want to get in the studio with Trav when we know that we have, another month left before everything really closes, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the album goes. And then, I mean, as far as the features have been done since January, but because of that, it was originally a kind of like a March or an April album, and then it turned into a July album, and now it's a fall album. And now it's actually more real than ever. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that this is going to be a theme of delay, but other people, the music business, man, is just weird. Like people want to have like their own spotlight moments. So I get, if my project is coming the same as theirs, I can't crowd their light, I guess.
And it's not just the music business that's a weird place right now. It's just the world is a weird place right now.
Ooh,
and that's
true.
That's kind of what we're living in right now. The acoustic version of the song came out recently. It's great. Is that how the song was written for you? Did it start on an acoustic guitar and go from there?
This one, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You're back.
Okay. This one did not start acoustic. This one, this was the first song that me and Travis did together. And then it started out in a different key, but it was always kind of like, it was more clean, but never acoustic. And then the acoustic, I mean, this is actually a fun fact about the acoustic. That guitar that you hear, when my verse comes in, the strumming, that was just a demoed idea guitar line. That wasn't for the acoustic. I did so many versions of that acoustic. Like the version that is out is the 14th version, but all the other versions, they had like Trav playing full drums on some. There was just, there was ones that were like clean guitar licks. It was like even though it was acoustic, it was like a dirty guitar. It was all these attempts, but the guitar that's on the actual one is a recorded on a voice memo on a phone.
Wow. It's great, man. That's cool. That's where some of the best ideas come from.
Yeah.
And that's how some of the best things sound, is when it comes from the heart like that. How quickly, it seemed like very quickly, how quickly did the Rage Against the Machine cover come about?
Same night.
Yeah. Just decided to do it and you did it?
Yeah.
Cool, man. You were very active kind of in what's been going on in the streets the last couple of weeks. What has this movement meant to you, and what's important about the message that's getting out there right now for you?
I mean, the ultimate message is equality, but the amazing message that should be the message from the beginning of time. But the best part about what's happening is that we're seeing actual change. Like, we're really seeing corrupt people get put in their place, and we're seeing somewhat of some kind of justice happening, which is like a big deal. And we're seeing the young people create a different, go through different avenues, via actually like legislative systems and like, petitions and like just doing things that I would have never thought that was stuff for that. It's almost like you feel like you have to be like, 60 or be into that type of stuff. And it's like, dude, what a beautiful thing that an 18-year-old is putting together and organizing so thoroughly and making change.
Yeah. Protests are one thing, kind of voicing your displeasure is one thing, but getting tangible results, which is what this movement has done up to this point, is a completely other thing. And that started to happen, and that's a very, very big deal.
True.
Yeah. Is there a moment in the many protests that you went to that stands out? Is there like kind of a beautiful moment of solidarity or inspiration that you remember that you can tell us about?
Yeah. Best thing I probably saw outside of the fact that, again, just like you're impressed with seeing people, some of those speakers are so well spoken and you're just like, wow. But best thing I saw was Lean on Me being played with everybody singing and Stand By Me. Stand By Me. And I mean, you're hearing that and you're seeing every race, and we're all on the steps of the halls of justice downtown, and you're seeing everyone, saying, darling, darling. It was crazy. Like, it was a big moment of unity that I got to witness and be a part of.
Cool, man. Well, you were absolutely in it. You were in it, not just on the sidelines, not just once, but in it throughout. Kind of the meat and potatoes, the heart of it, for sure. There. A movie just came out called The King of Staten Island, of which you have some role in. We need to talk about that experience with Judd and your buddy Pete.
Yeah, I mean, me and Pete make it a thing to be in each other's movies all the time. This one's a lot more personal to him because it's his story, and I was just stoked to be in it because obviously we're best friends, but it's different when the director's Judd Apatow, and maybe you're thinking your friendship card isn't that strong to get you in that movie, but he got me in there, man. And Judd's super cool. I'm super happy for him, and I'm honored to be in it.
I know that you and Pete are tight. Did you learn anything watching that movie or through the making of that movie about him that you didn't know before?
I've kind of picked Pete's brain so much over the years that we've known each other that I'm pretty familiar with all of his story.
Cool, man. He's cool. He's an interesting guy.
Very interesting guy.
That tells the incredible story of his life. Again, The King of Staten Island is available on demand right now. You're a busy guy, man. Is record #1 priority right now for you? Is just getting this record done, getting these songs done?
Yeah. I mean, we're in a good place because the songs are done. If any other new ones come from it, I'm happy. I mean, I just want to see songs with guitar get back on #1 spots.
Yeah.
And and just be only for the sake of change, just because we had a 10-year run of all different types of music. I mean, mostly pop music, kind of running rock charts, and I'm kind of just like, maybe rock maybe rock comes back in the rock charts. I don't know.
I love it. Absolutely. Last question. A lot of people, or at least some people, have been toying with the idea of playing live, given the current state right now, and doing like drive-in concerts or virtual concerts, things like that. Any of that appeal to you at all? Or not into it? Not into it?
I just think there's something so much more special about the community of being next to people that you don't know, but all being there for a common song or a band that you want to see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can I get that from like being in my car? If I'm in my car, I can just listen to my favorite artist loud, and I don't know, man. I don't encourage that. We're humans. We're supposed to be around each other.
Agreed. I think it's going to be worth the wait. It will be a wait, but when it happens, it will be worth the wait when we can all get back together. Cool.